Exhale. Exhale.
Just
Exhale.
breathe.
Breathe.
Believe.
Breathe.
Be free.
Breathe. Inside. Heart. Align. Breathe. Inside. Inside.
Hey, everybody.
What's going on, y'all? Greetings and good vibes.
Yes. Peace and blessings. Welcome to another episode of Divine Circumstances. I am Divine Marie. I am a holistic wellness advisor, certified Reiki master, poet, and songwriter. Through my work, I focus on promoting overall well-being by considering the interconnectedness of various aspects of individuals' lives. This approach takes into account physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects of health. I also create safe spaces for people to heal. And that's me,
right.
Divine Marie.
You sure do. And of course, I'm Circumstantial Saint. I'm a poet, musician, music and visual producer, writer, storyteller, historian, and an author who takes the duty seriously, which is preserving, elevating, and
Yes.
transmitting the oral traditions, histories, and cultures of our people, while seeking to help
Right.
elevate and better connect our people, whether through vibration or information.
Absolutely. And we both serve as entertainers and historians, ensuring that the cultural heritage of our community is not lost and that future generations can learn from it.
That's right. This is Divine Circumstances, and we want to know what makes you flow, what makes your flow divine, and what circumstances grow you to align. And as y'all know, or if you don't know, this is a web show and podcast, part open mic and part healing session, where we want to hear your work and then break it down, listen to what inspired you, or to write or think of your piece, what it's about as it pertains to a topic, or what we may be talking about for the evening. And tonight, we might spit a little poetry, but tonight we are going to dive into the chakras, and
Yes.
really excited about that. This is
Yes,
something I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and I know you have too, and we've touched on it a little bit. So I'm really excited for this series in the show.
Yes, me too. I'm really excited. So yes, like Circumstantial Saint said, we are going to be doing a whole series on the chakras. So tonight we're going to start at the root and we're going to work our way up to the crown. So this is going to be a whole chakra series, and yes, I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited to dive in. Do you want to do like our socials and stuff now, or at the end of the episode?
We could do it at the end. I'm
Okay.
gonna throw it in the comments though, so people can check it out.
Okay, sounds cool.
Yeah.
All right, so yes, tonight is the root chakra, and this is where it all begins.
That's a good way of putting it, actually. The root of all. You know, people say the root of all evil, but like, what about the root of all good? What about the root of life itself?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And I wonder if that, like, just a tidbit, I wonder if that saying actually has more to it.
it probably does, just like everything.
Right.
So I'm sure it has some kind of deeper meaning to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the root chakra, do you want to get into it, or you want to have like a conversation first about it?
Well, I wanna ask real quick, like, what made you go ahead and decide to do this one? Because, like, for people who don't know, like, we always just shoot off like topics that we think of doing, and we kind of just like, all right, we just agree on it, but we have a lot of commonality, so whatever topics we shoot off is never an issue. But we were playing around. Let's get to this real quick before we get into the actual topic. Maybe this is the perfect time
Okay.
because last week we had a bit of a life be life, and first of all,
Right.
but, but also like we had, and I had aired a clip a few days ago about what our next topic would be, and we were going to talk about like I guess the combination between the dumbing down of America and the dating scene. So I had saw this meme,
Yeah.
this post about this guy that really wants to connect with women more, right? Like he's really looking for the one, and the dating scene is hard. Going these dating apps, going on dates, like who's trying to really date anymore, right? So he wants to better connect. So I guess he was going out with this girl a couple dates, and somebody was like, ask her what book is she reading, and if y'all could read the book together and talk about like have book dates where you talk about what you've read.
I
And so
love that.
right, that sounds dope. So
Yeah,
he
it
asked the
does.
girl, what book are you reading? And maybe we could do, that kind of thing. And she's like, what the fuck, nigga? What kind of book? I don't read books. Get the fuck out of here. And I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
right.
Who
But then
doesn't
we got,
read books? Like, I guess some people really don't read books though.
I mean, I don't read, I have, it's been a while since I've been able to finish a book. But
Yeah, I
I
feel you.
also read constantly.
Right.
I just read constantly. So for me to sit and get through a book, like my attention span right now, I be doing so much. However, I do enjoy reading
Yeah.
when my mind is with it. But I also think like our society doesn't, like, people are getting back to reading, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I also feel like where we are in society, like it's not about the reading, it's about like just consuming things. So people watch videos and
Oh
listen to
yeah.
podcasts, which are you're still taking in information.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing, I guess, is as long as people are taking information and learning and growing from it, that's cool. However, what about that chick that was just like, what the fuck? I don't read. Like, okay, you don't
Yeah.
read, but maybe someone's trying to meet you halfway and connect in a way that like
In a
they're not
different way.
right. And so to me that really stuck out as far as like it's an interesting indicator for where we are in this day and age in our society, and where's the connection. And
Yep.
we're about to talk about the chakras, and we're about to talk about a specific chakra, and I'll let you get into all that, but I think it does kind of pertain to this, because if we're not grounding ourselves in a point of understanding who we are as people, right, how are we expecting to connect with anyone else on a realistic basis?
Exactly.
Everyone's living behind some, like, a lot of people, I won't say everyone, but a lot of people are living behind some kind of facade, especially when it comes to social
Right.
media, and they everyone wants to pretend like they've got it all together and that they're good. And I'm sorry, but life be life, and
It sure does.
you don't have to talk about all the things that life be throwing at you, but when
Right.
you just for one side of it, like, again, false positives, if you're just focusing on the positive, we all got the negative, so what you doing over there that's so positive? Do you know what I mean? So I just find the fact that, and to kind of take this full circle based off of that meme, that post or whatever, I just really can't help but think where we're going to end up, like even 7 years from now, as far as the dating scene goes and connecting.
Like, I think about my kids and like that generation, like what the hell are they going to be doing? Because I feel like, they're already like into TikTok videos and like having phones, and it's a lot. So I feel like their communication skills and connection skills are not going to be there. I don't know. It just seems different.
Teens used to hang out at malls. Malls are
Yeah.
barely any longer.
Yeah.
And since COVID, like, there's been a new normal where people don't really go and do things outdoors as much as they did, or there's some apprehension of being around like large crowds for a lot of people.
Yeah, everyone is like in their own little world.
I don't even know what to say about that. Other than you're right.
Yeah.
I agree with you. It's just like I always have some sort of like rebuttal in the sense of a solution, and right now I don't.
Yeah. It's kind of sad. But to answer your question, the reason why I wanted to choose to do the chakra series, one, I feel like the episode that we did have where we touched a little bit on the chakras, I feel like it was a really good episode. We gave out a lot of good information,
Yep.
but I feel like, there's always more to dive into as far as the chakras. And I've been studying, you know, holistic wellness and overall well being. And our chakras are very important to living life as whole as we possibly can, because it's our life force energy, and if something is off within our energy field, it's going to transpire in all aspects of our life.
Right.
So I think it's important for people to know this, because sometimes people might think like, you know, they might be having a certain health issue, but even certain health issues can transpire back to something being off, something in your energy field being off. And I think a lot of people don't realize that it's all connected: mind, body, spirit.
Right, Divine. So, like, when I know people have seen things online circulating with the advent of like the onset of, this whole neo spirituality movement or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
However, the things that talk about the different parts of your palms that indicate different parts of your body and are connected, and your
Mm-hmm.
feet. Do you know what I mean? And also your belly button, your navel.
Oh yeah.
That's where your whole being starts, is from your belly button, because
Yeah.
that's where your force of life is connected to the bearer of being, the
You
mother
know what?
of that
Let me
child.
touch on that real quick. Sorry to
Yeah,
cut
yeah,
you off.
please.
But so my mentor, she is a Reiki master as well. And when I was first diving into like energy and Reiki and things like that, I started feeling energy like very intensely in my gut area. Like that's where I would feel it super intensely. And she told me, that when she was going through this, that she used to cover her belly button like with like aluminum foil or something, so like she didn't receive so much energy.
Yeah. That
Hmm.
makes total sense. I
Yeah.
think it's like the energetic center of the focal point of where we soak in so much energy and toxins as well.
Yeah.
I have read this listing of like all these different oils and things that you can put in your belly button to help certain parts of your body. And that's why I
Right.
brought it up, because like, almond oil, coconut oil, even
Hmm.
alcohol, a cotton swab of alcohol will help you when you are sick.
Hmm.
But different things have specific connections to different parts of your body. And
Right.
so I know with chakras, they have associations to different parts of your body, but also different systems and different organs as well.
Hmm.
So I really am excited to dive into that part of it, and how the different, I love the way that you put this, like the different correlations between chakras and different parts of your body, different energies and systems. I find very
Yeah.
fascinating. And it also goes to prove that this is not something that's just uh, irrelevant or made up.
Hmm.
I wouldn't call it pseudoscience. I would call it like neo-science, or combining spirituality and science. As far as I'm concerned, they're both the same thing.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think it's overall wellness, holistic wellness and
Right.
well-being. So yeah.
So you put it in a really simple way. You so right though. It really is just about overall health, for real, for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so Divine Marie, you want to go ahead and give it a start out and tell people what chakra we are starting with. If they don't know nothing about chakras, they ain't gonna know. But if they do, they'll already know where we're coming at.
Yep. Okay, so let's get into it. So today we're talking about the root chakra, also known as the Muladhara in Sanskrit. It is the first of the 7 energy centers or chakras in the human body, according to spiritual traditions, particularly those within Hinduism and Buddhism. The
Mm-hmm.
Muladhara is derived from 2 Sanskrit words, mula meaning root and adhara meaning support or base. So, some of the key aspects associated with the root chakra, the first thing we're going to talk about is the location. The root chakra is located at the base or the spine near the near the coccyx or the tailbone.
And then it's also associated with the color red, and I love that. It also
Mhm.
symbolizes vitality, survival, and the connection to the earth.
Yes. Yep. The root chakra is linked to the element of the earth, representing stability and sense of groundedness. And I want to touch on that real quick. How it says
Mhm.
it's the root chakra is linked to the element of the earth. And I also want to relate that to the earth signs. I did put that in the notes, but
I
the earth,
did.
yes, the earth
I
signs
saw
Capricorn, which are Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus.
proud
Um,
Capricorn here.
yes, will seem to have more of a sense of connection to the root chakra
Yeah,
because simple, their earth element, their earth sign. So earth signs typically have that sense of groundedness
I know.
within.
I know that your other half is a Capricorn as well, and so I want to
Yes.
ask him when I get a chance. Like, I
Hmm.
always feel very connected to the root chakra. It's very easy for me to dive into that and have a
Yep.
restart to go back to that inner child, to go back to the root, to
Hmm.
like, okay, if I'm lost in something, or if I'm missing something, or if there's an excess of something, or if something else is out of balance, I go back to the root and then
Hmm.
start back out and radiate from that way. Like, if my throat chakra is off balance, I might see what of the other lower chakras need help before I go to that, the you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The throat chakra, the root. I
Right.
think will just be. I just, as an earth sign, I think I'm just always very comfortable with. A lot of people, I think, have apprehension with going to the root and being
Oh
grounded.
yeah. It
And
is hard for many. It
I
is
think
hard.
I attribute it
Hmm.
to being a Capricorn, that I feel so energetically connected, and it's just seamless for me just to go into that space.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that in my husband as well. He's definitely connected to nature, very grounded. Um, and every earth sign I know is really like that, honestly. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that real quick. Okay, where are we at? Oh, the
Function.
function. So this chakra is believed to be associated with our basic survival needs, including food, shelter, and safety. It governs our sense of security, stability, and our connection to the physical world.
And you know what? That makes a lot of sense. That first line right there, the chakra is believed to be associated with our basic survival needs. So when,
Yes.
when there's a lot of hectic things going on around you, and
Hmm.
the world is full of a lot of noise for you within your
Hmm.
own space, your own toroidal field, your own aura. I think that it's very helpful to wear red, have red
Hmm.
lights, eat red
Yeah.
foods, listen to frequencies that are associated
Hmm.
with the root chakra. And we'll get into all the different connections of things that are significant in being correlated to the root chakra. But
Hmm.
I really do think that um, stripping everything away and looking at the basic need to survive and who you are at the basic
Hmm.
form is very important to um, really understanding the root chakra and what its functions are.
Yeah, definitely. That sense of groundedness is super important in a world full of chaos.
Yeah.
um, okay, so an imbalance in the root chakra may manifest as feelings of insecurity, fear, or instability. Physical symptoms associated with an imbalanced root chakra may include issues with legs, feet, and what happened?
That was me. 1 second.
Oh,
There we go.
oh, okay. Yes, physical symptoms associated with an imbalanced root chakra may include issues with legs, feet, and lower part of the spine.
And that does make sense. So the
Mhm.
coccyx or tailbone, deep down in there, and like your
Yeah.
lower back, I don't want to say your groin, but there is a specific area that is associated physically with the energy of the root chakra. So if you are
Absolutely.
feeling some physical symptoms that have to do with those legs and feet or lower part of your spine, on an energy level, you might want to do some either shadow work with root chakra,
Mhm.
or again, like just start doing different things like eating more red fruit foods, roots, vegetables, burn
Yes,
red, things like that. And I know we'll get
yeah,
into it in a little bit. Um, but it really does help to counteract those imbalances. Yeah,
it really does. It really does. Okay.
balancing practices.
You want to go?
Yeah. So practices such as meditation, yoga, grounding exercises, that's a big one, and working with
Mhm.
crystals or essential oils associated with the root chakra are believed to help balance and align this energy center. So, nature, your feet in the grass, which is otherwise known as grounding, or even
Mhm.
hugging trees can really help to stabilize your root chakra. One of the
Yes.
things that I think is the number one thing that's really great for me is grounding, putting my feet in the grass or just sitting on a really mossy rock in the middle of a stream in a
Yeah.
secluded area really does the best for me as far as grounding. Just sitting and
Oh my God.
meditating, or whether
Yes.
you're indoors or outdoors and you're listening to a certain sound that helps calm
Mhm.
you, that is helping to balance your root chakra. Um,
Yes.
I've done yoga a couple of times and I really love it, but it's something that I
Mhm.
do want to get back into because I know how much it helps the root chakra. The first time I did it, like it hurt.
Did it?
It hurt. So I knew, yes, I knew that, I was just like, first of all, I'm out of shape. But second of all, like I'm
Yeah.
feeling parts of me that I've never thought that I could physically like stretch, if that makes sense.
Yes. I
And
love that
so
about yoga.
when I was doing certain poses, I felt something like click or crank or crack, and then I just started crying. And I felt this
Mhm.
release of energy within me. And it's the most,
Yeah.
it's so hard to explain, but that's the best way I can explain it. Like I'm like, why the fuck am I crying? But I
Mhm.
could feel all this like stuff leaving me. It was the weirdest thing. And like
Yeah.
no one around me seemed to think anything of it, like as if like they had been through that before. It was very interesting. Uh, so
No,
yoga
I've
is
been
definitely
through I
something.
definitely been through that before,
For real.
especially doing like the somatic movement, like
Mhm.
the stomping and like shaking it out. Oh yeah, I've definitely came to tears with that.
Divine, I will say that before I knew what that actually was, I did do it.
Hmm.
And I had lots of when I've always done it by myself so that I feel
Hmm.
completely comfortable doing it. But there was many times where I would have like a big crying moment
Yeah,
and release, and then afterwards you feel so
so
good and
much better.
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to actually do it now that I know what it is, the past couple years, I have not done it yet. Like I haven't been in the right environment to just like shake it off or whatever and feel okay
Yeah.
doing it. But there was a retreat that I went to in 2021, and it was
Uh-huh.
about, the book that talks about trauma and pain and how it manifests in the body and how to release it. I can't remember the
Um,
book right now, but I had started
yeah,
reading it with some
sure.
friends. The whole retreat was based off of how physical parts of your body you hold trauma and pain up within it. And it talks about how to
Mm,
release that trauma through different things, whether it's meditation, whether it's working things out. We did a
mhm.
multitude of things from acupuncture to the thing that you're talking about when you just shake things off. And I felt so uncomfortable at first, but we did it for like 2 straight minutes and we all had our eyes
Mhm.
closed, and they encouraged us so much that maybe like 30 seconds to a minute into it, I didn't care like how weird it felt at first. And at the
Mhm.
end of it, it felt really good.
That's awesome. I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot about that. And just thinking about it now, remembering what it did for me. So I
Mhm.
want to take my own advice, but I'm also going to say to viewers that definitely try that out. What's it called again?
Somatic, somatic movement or somatic exercises. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I love. I actually found that from those videos of that guy you sent me on Instagram,
Mhm.
and I started following his page and just he would talk a lot about that. So yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, he's really dope, and I really enjoy watching his posts.
Me
We have
too.
to
Yeah, I
yeah,
like
we
his
gotta put a link
posts
on here so people can check him out too. You're
for
talking about
sure.
Jamar, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
his name.
Yup.
Actually, I haven't seen his posts in a while, so I'm like wondering what's going on.
Go to his page, like one of his posts, and then he'll show up in your newsfeed again. I promise you.
I hate how that happens. The
Right,
freaking
right, yep.
algorithm.
Algorithms, right?
Yeah.
I follow him on Facebook as well. He has music out.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Mhm. Right?
I'll
Oh
check that
yeah.
out.
So maybe he's like doing the promoting for that and stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, he's a very a bright light.
definitely,
Mhm.
definitely.
All right, so um there are many other different things that can be associated with the root chakra, and one of them are essential oils. So
Oh
you want to
yeah.
dive in and talk about that with everybody?
Yes. So, and I love essential oils. I don't know about you guys, but
Mhm.
I love using essential oils.
I got some
So
going right now.
do you? Nice. So some essential oils to stimulate the root chakra. So the first one we're going to discuss is patchouli. It's known for its earthy and grounding aroma. Patchouli is often used to promote feelings of stability and balance. Another one is cedarwood. Cedarwood has a woody and grounding scent, making
Love me
it,
some cedarwood.
yeah, I do too, making it a popular choice for promoting a sense of security and connection to the earth. Yes, I love both of them. I like patchouli. Patchouli is also a good one to use doing money manifestations.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense because I have a friend from Africa that gave me um like essentially that it was like this
Mm-hmm.
manifestation mantra that she had me, and then like these different like basically a ritual for it, but it included patchouli and some other
Ooh.
things that I don't have access to right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I always wonder, like, the one of the first thoughts was, what's the patchouli for? I'm not. I won't say that I dislike patchouli. I won't say that I'm excited over it completely,
Yeah.
but I do enjoy it.
Right.
Cedarwood, I feel completely connected to.
Okay. I could see that. It definitely has a really earthy scent. Yeah, for sure.
This next one, I've always wondered, how do you pronounce that?
Vetiver,
Mm,
I think.
okay.
The Yeah, I think it's vetiver. I'll have to look that up though, just to be sure.
So I have always liked that scent. I just never knew uh how to pronounce it. So I just don't repeat what I don't pronounce until I learn.
I
But
understand that.
but it says that it has a deep and smoky fragrance, which is believed to help with grounding and centering, which makes it suitable for root chakra work. So
Okay,
I
so
didn't
it's
know.
vetiver. I just looked
The
it up.
Keever, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm, okay.
Hmm.
Oh, and ginger.
Ooh, one of my favorites.
Me too. Me too.
So it says the warm and spicy scent of ginger is thought to provide a sense of warmth and stability, supporting the root chakra. And I feel like that can include drinking ginger tea because oh my God, I love to drink ginger tea with honey. And I
Yes.
feel like
Mhm.
it definitely gives me a groundedness, a real comforting feeling when I drink it.
Well, I think because we'll get into it in a minute too when we get to foods, but
Hmm.
ginger is a root. So I think
It
that's
is,
also
yeah.
why it's like a doubly powerful. And yes, the oil from it, the scent of it, just the smell of it does wonders. But
Yes,
I
it
think it's
does.
also because it's a root and we're drinking that root that it does such wonders for us. But yes,
Yeah.
ginger tea with some honey. Oh my goodness.
Oh yes, it's one of my
Nice.
favorites, especially for this like colder season. Oh my God. It
And I
definitely.
was just watching the clip from the last webisode we did, and how you were
Mhm.
talking about people need to start drinking and eating their roots this season so that they can stay
Yeah.
healthy and keep their immune systems boosted. And it stuck in
Well,
my head. So
it's
thank
that
you for
time of the
reminding me.
year. Yeah, it's that time of the year, guys. Definitely eat your roots, drink your roots.
Does the
Okay,
mushrooms
so the next one is,
myrrh? Oh no, frankincense.
yeah, frankincense. Oh, frankincense is a great one. I love frankincense. So
Me too.
frankincense has a rich and vigorous aroma and is often associated with spiritual grounding and connection to the divine. Yes. And frankincense and myrrh is in the Bible. It's a very powerful scent. It's a very powerful herb.
Mhm.
It really does bring you that connection to the divine and that connection to
Agreed.
God.
Agreed.
Hmm.
I would
Yeah,
consider those two the most powerful for doing any kind of spiritual work to burn them in
they
general.
are. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so too.
yeah. I see. I wasn't aware of cypress. Like
Oh, yeah,
that,
me either.
that's interesting. It's associated with stability and can be used to promote a sense of security and grounding. And I
Hmm.
find that interesting, but it also makes sense to me. I just never
Yeah.
thought about cypress being associated with the root chakra, though. Hmm. And then we've got crystals, which you know me,
Oh, yeah.
and I know you. I don't have crystals on right now. I just have my good old Lord Ganesh on my neck, but I do have. Get it real quick. This is a cowrie shell for
Ooh.
good wealth and abundance. And then you
Uh-huh.
also have black tourmaline to ward off, but also transmute negative energy into positive, but also to help keep me centered and grounded. And so
Awesome.
one of the first crystals that it says for the root
Mhm.
chakra are tourmaline, but also obsidian, red jasper, hematite, and black onyx. And most
Mhm.
of these crystals happen to be black.
Mhm.
So I want to
Yeah.
ask you, because I'm not aware, but is there any significance as to why that is?
Black stones are protective stones. So our sense of, safety and security, back to that root. Yep.
Got you. Thank
Hmm.
you for that. That make now
Yeah.
that makes perfect sense. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense as to
definitely.
why I like tourmaline so much as well. Like
I
it, because
love tourmaline.
same. And I
Hmm.
also feel like a lot more susceptible to things when I don't have it on or don't
Me
have it in my
too.
vicinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's that's just a big one. And obsidian as well. I like to keep obsidian
Hmm.
around me.
Right.
If I'm mobile, I don't need to necessarily have obsidian with me. I will say though, my black bag I always have on my.
Hmm.
Everybody knows my black bag. My black bag. At the bottom of my black bag, there's tons of crystals, and about
Uh-huh.
half of them are different kinds of obsidian. So,
Oh, okay.
right, you may not see it on my neck, but it's
Yeah.
probably somewhere on me in my pockets, in
Yeah.
my bag. Like,
You have it with
I
you.
always have it with me.
Yup.
Yeah. So, I mean, crystals do a lot of great wonders for um, helping to hone in as far as balancing goes with your root chakra.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was one point where I like had to have tourmaline on me when I was first going through this journey. I had to have it. If I didn't, I was gonna have a panic attack, basically. But I've gotten better at it. But I still like to carry one with me. So yeah, I have it in my purse. I have it in my car. I have it like everywhere. I have it around the house. It's one of my favorite stones.
I would agree. Yeah, I would
Mhm.
definitely say that tourmaline and obsidian are two of my favorite stones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like obsidian too, but it's something about that tourmaline. I don't know. It's
Feel
just a
that.
must have.
Definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
When we talk about crystals, but I also want to talk about the signs real quick because I'm big on signs. And Capricorn is an earth
Yeah.
sign, along with Taurus and Virgo. It says that they may have a stronger connection to the root chakra. So I want to
Hmm.
ask you, like having a Capricorn in your vicinity on a regular basis, like what have
Hmm.
you observed about like what the root chakra and what's the correlation or connection between the root chakra and a Capricorn, for example?
I would say Very connected to nature. Um, yeah, very connected to nature. Very grounded and big on like grounding oneself and going back to that root when there's a problem. Yeah.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but yeah, like you put that perfectly, especially the last one when something's going wrong, where there's some issues. I pull it back in and go back to root. And I don't know if that's always the best. Like, I don't want to say it's the best, but like other people may have different interpretations on like what may be the best thing to do in that situation.
Can we
Our
go to a
co-host might be
commercial
on.
break real quick? I'm gonna put it
Yeah,
together.
you
All
already
right.
know. Yeah.
All right.
All
I'll
right,
be
y'all.
back.
So we're gonna go to commercial break, y'all. Stay tuned, and we will be right back.
All right.
Oh, indica. We can smoke indica. Call up my link name Indy. We can smoke indica. We can smoke indica. We can smoke indica. Call up my link name Indy.
Just went back to the same word, circumstantial saint.
Oh, look at me.
Divine Marie. Divine Marie.
Divine Marie, circumstantial saint. My ancestors don't play about
Don't
me.
play about me.
I am who? That ain't who it is. New Jack City. Yeah.
New Jack City.
Circumstantial Saint.
New Jack City.
That's right. Yeah. In the heart of New Jack City, sweet, spicy, and salty collide like this cosmic divide.
In the heart of the Twin Cities, New Jack's ride. Hello. Addicts in the shadows, cameras with eyes wide. Who flipped our homes? They question the game. In this concrete jungle, where trust is just a name. That's right.
All right. Now I'm here.
Oh, damn, that was quick.
Yeah.
No, that okay. Um,
Oh. All right.
sorry, I
Where
had
we
to
at?
take care of some messages.
Oh,
We are at. We were talking about the signs, and now we're going to get into the foods. My favorite part, because I think what we eat is a reflection of who we are. What you are is what you
mm-hmm.
eat, and I
Yeah,
think that this is probably the best way to helping to balance or to strengthen or to bring down something in your root chakra if you're feeling some kind of hankiness going on, right?
for
um,
sure.
but also, like as you had talked about in a previous episode, overall immunity and
Mm-hmm.
helping to keep your immune system strong also speaks to survival and speaks to security, which also brings us back to the root chakra. So
Absolutely.
I really like talking about root vegetables because I think being a Capricorn, I have a strong connection to root vegetables. um, Give me 1 second.
That's dope. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. Um, Crap. What was I saying? Root
You were
vegetables.
saying,
Yeah. So like, people talk
yeah, the
about
root vegetables. Yeah.
why is soup such an important soups and chilies are such important meals in the wintertime. And I think historically, culturally, we used what was around us, but I think instinctively we also knew what to use as to pertaining to like the root, for example, and pertaining to
You're
root
breaking
vegetables.
up. You're breaking up.
What about now?
Hello?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's just like in
Divine
and
Marie.
out.
It's in and out. What the heck? All right, let me see. We were fine up until now.
Yeah.
What about now? Can you hear me okay? Yo,
I think so.
am I moving okay in the screen and everything?
Hello?
Yep. See, I can hear you fine. Dang it.
Okay, try. I think it's okay now. I think.
Um, see, like for me, you sound perfectly fine. Everything looks good. Um, yeah,
Uh,
I don't sound like. Am I breaking up at all? See, I see.
no, it's
I
good
feel like
now.
there's a bit of a delay though.
Um,
Yeah, there's a bit of a delay. Let me just check the live. But while I'm trying to figure this out, go ahead and tell everyone about the other foods other than the root. Actually, tell them what root vegetables are associated. Just for examples, and then let them know what other foods. While I try and figure this out here.
okay. So root vegetables such as carrots, potatoes, beets, radishes all have are all believed to have really grounding properties. As you know, they come from the earth, they come from the ground. So really giving us that connection to the earth and grounding us in nature. Protein rich foods, foods high in protein, especially lean proteins like beans, lentils, and tofu, are thought to provide stability and a sense of security. Red fruits and vegetables, the color associated with the root chakra is red. So, consuming more red fruits and vegetables like strawberries, cherries, tomatoes, red peppers may be recommended to assist with balancing the root chakra. Nuts and seeds, such as almonds and flax seeds, are considered grounding and may be included in a diet aimed at balancing the root chakra. Spices, like we talked about before, ginger and also turmeric are often recommended for Ayu, Ayurveda for grounding properties. And whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, oats are thought to be stabilizing and supportive for the root chakra.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
See, a lot of these things I like to eat on a regular basis, and I
me
think that's
too.
why I think that's why I feel so connected to the root chakra and just always feel very firm in things.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
really,
for sure.
and it does really speak to wellness too. It really does.
Oh, yeah, it does.
I'm gonna put this link
So I put
in.
an article in here.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, the article, it had like a little poster, and it said how to open and heal the root chakra. Um, so they talk about different yoga poses. They say child's pose, lotus pose, triangle pose, and garland pose are all great poses to help open the root chakra. They also spoke on some affirmations here, and I love these affirmations for balancing the root chakra. I am centered and grounded. I am here and I am safe. With every breath, I release all anxiety and fear. I am at home in my body, and I have everything I need to create the life I desire. Which I really love those affirmations.
And also, like, if anyone is looking for some inspiration as far as root chakra affirmations and even mantras go, you can, as simple as Google.
Hmm.
There's tons and tons of information connecting you to information, connecting you to learning about the root chakra and other chakras as well. But definitely check out this link, bemytravelmuse.com/root chakra balance. We put it in the comments for y'all to check out, as well as all the information that we shared from this episode tonight.
Yes. Yes.
So, do you like? So I don't know if you want to spit something tonight, but I was wondering if you had any kind of writings that may like speak to the root chakra at all.
So I wanted to actually read my verse from I Am Still
Ooh,
because I remember when I was writing it, you told me that you wanted that song to be about, being grounded and being connected in the root chakra. So I feel like it really relates. I wanted to read that. I probably know it by heart because I listen to that song all the time. So,
yes,
all right, let me go. So, this is from our song together. I Am Still. You can find it on all music streaming platforms. Yay!
yes, yes,
Okay, so as I walk in my path, feeling safe, presence, grace. I am grounded like a tree, stable in my truth. I am the root. I am free. Walking in authenticity with the ancestors standing right next to me. I am them. They are me. Continuing what we started, taking it one step farther. I am secure in my purpose. I am grounded, grounded, grounded.
yes. That's also one of my favorite jaunts as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like everything that I've done, but I like a
right.
lot of the stuff that I've done, right? And
Yeah.
that's definitely up there with one of my favorites. I just have not. I've been trying to have a bit of a cleanse creatively, so
Okay.
I've been trying to not listen to stuff as
I
much.
feel you.
Um,
That makes sense.
yeah, it's just that
Hmm.
time. I needed some clarity because not that I have like I do have a bit of a creative block right now. However,
Hmm.
I think it's time to like cleanse a bit, um, and have a bit of a level up to see where my creative juices are going to flow. And I
Hmm.
do have some projects that are still unfinished. Um,
Yeah.
so anyway, uh, I always love your verse on that song. Don't get me wrong, like I love what I contributed to that song,
Hmm.
but it was reworked. The original was completely different than what ended up on that song
Oh,
for
really?
me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so I don't think I was ever fully happy with my words on that song. Like I wish I had
Okay.
combined my first iteration and my second iteration together.
Okay.
Um, but I prefer like your lyrics really speak to what like it really speaks to the root chakra. So like when I wrote that song, it wasn't necessarily like I was thinking about the root chakra, right?
Oh, I got you.
It
Okay.
embodied the feel of it. So when
Yeah.
you wrote that verse, that poem, it was like, oh, this takes it home. So like that's definitely one of those collaborations we have that always like it brings it home for me. But like you
Yeah, I
always
really
sounded
love that
deeper.
song with us. And I love the production, the beat of that song is like my favorite.
Felt felt on
Yeah,
that too. Yes, it definitely adds another layer to the song and gives it more.
definitely.
Yeah, yeah. Um, obviously, I know the inspiration behind it is for the root, but
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, like I really dig that. But for you, um, what did it mean for you when you wrote it?
When I wrote it, well, you had asked me to write about being grounded, and when I think about being grounded, I think about how I said, being secure in my purpose, walking in my authenticity, walking in my truth. I always think about being grounded back to our ancestors and ancestral traditions. I feel like that brings out a sense of groundingness and security and safety. So that's why I added the part in there about with the ancestors standing right next to me, because I feel like the ancestors are walking right next to us on our journey, and we're continuing what they started, and that just allows me to really feel that sense of at home and that sense of comfort.
I needed to hear that today. I really did. No, I did that, and I wish I had heard that before. But everything happens when it's meant to happen.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, when you brought up "I am still," I figured that I would do the root.
Okay,
So this was a poem that is off of the same iteration of the era. It's on the one of the I Am albums.
got you.
Uh, so again, this is called The Root.
Okay.
What is the root? When did it all start? Get back to your heart. What is in you? What used to be you? What is the core? What is the core inside of you? What hides under the shell that you cling so deeply to? Is that all of you? Or is that all you seek to offer? When did it begin? Do you remember? Find the beginning, find the start. You can rid the rot, start fresh, plant deep, solidify your ground, serve and meet your needs. Heal your wounds, grow, learn, flow, connect, and build deep and meaningful families. The root is the start. And this new start needs watering. The root is within. The root is the kin. The root is within. Feel the root, feel the inner, feel you. Boom.
Yes.
I
I
have so
love
many poems I
that.
forget about them.
I know. I hear you. I really love that. And I feel like that speaks to, the root chakra for sure, because you're really going back to the beginning. And, like you said, like, who are you? Like, what is your core? That really feels like going back to the root chakra, because it is the beginning, and it's
Mhm,
really who you are.
mhm. Thank you. I know my screen is frozen, but I'm still here. Don't worry.
Okay. Oh, it's
There I
not
go.
frozen
Okay.
anymore. Yeah.
There was a line that just hit me about the root is the kin, and it reminded me of the line that we were just talking about in your poem.
The
Because
ancestors. Yeah.
and that's the root. It's the connection. So I
Yup.
really appreciate you pointing that out. And I think that
Absolutely.
when I remember when I was writing that line, that is what I was thinking about. Like I don't know if you saw Avatar: The Last Airbender. It was it's like a cartoon TV show based off of, it really deals with spirituality and energy and all of that. So there's this one image that they show where the avatar, and I don't want to get into everything about it, and we should have an episode about that one day and have the connections and things, but
Okay, I'm down.
yes, there's this line where it shows all of his lineage of his ancestors, all the past ones, like standing next to him in this successive line that goes back to infinity.
That's
And
dope.
and that's like what we're talking about the line of kin and the root. It just kind of like that image just popped in my head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
I know we got to get ready to wrap this up, so I want to remind everybody, we got to give our plugs in, that Divine Marie has her debut album out on all streaming services and platforms. The title is called Release, and it has been released on 11/11/23, numbers and significance. So go listen to that album. If you want to support an independent artist, go cop it on bandcamp.com. Her information is in the comments, divinemarie.bandcamp.com. Go listen to that album. Produced by me. I'm on one of the tracks.
Yes.
So gotta promote right there. But yeah, myself and Divine Marie's information for how to reach us, whether it's our social media, our music, how to contact us, is in the comments section. But I'll let ladies go first. Divine, throw at them whatever you want to say, promote, spit out.
All right, y'all. So y'all can follow me at Divine Marie _ on Instagram. I am on Facebook. I'm not that active on there, to be honest. I'm like pretty much on Instagram most of the time. I'm on TikTok as well. That is also under Divine Marie. Like Circumstantial Saint said, my album release is out on all streaming platforms. If you would like to support me, you can purchase that on Bandcamp. Also follow my plant-based cooking page, Divine's Kitchen, for healthy plant-based recipes. Also follow the Black Lands Gallery for handmade jewelry, crystals, and holistic items.
Yes, I love it. I love to see it. I love that entrepreneurial spirit
Thank
that
you.
have, and you do so much. Yes. I really do love it.
Thank you.
For myself, I've got books for y'all to check out. If you want to check it out, you can go to either my Instagram page, all the links are in my bio, or here in the comment section. I've got 7 books ranging from just write out poetry to a book of poetry that depicts a whole world called New Jack City. I have a couple of books that talk about this world and help describe it. And I'm very proud of that work. So if you'd like to support an author / independent artist and poet, you can definitely check it out from the link in the comment section. My music, you can go to bandcamp.com or any streaming service that you love to listen to music from. But I did just release an album that I did not release to stores. It's only available on Bandcamp and YouTube at the moment, called House Free 3, Justice and Freedom. Please go check that out when you have a chance. And also want to plug a fellow artist, friend of ours, Trip Young, just released his debut EP, on Thanksgiving, the National Day of Mourning, the 23rd, whatever you want to call that. He released his debut EP, and I'm really excited about that. The world hearing it. It's a really beautiful piece of work. So go support another independent artist and check that out. His name's Trip Young, and you can find information from him either on my Facebook, Instagram, or my YouTube page as well. Thank you for always tuning in, rocking with us on Divine Circumstances. You can find us in the web show on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We do occasionally post clips to Instagram, and we're working on getting the rest of these episodes up to our podcast on Spotify, so please stay tuned for that. We're very accessible. Y'all already know we will be back in 2 weeks on a Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to do another episode and another topic. We would love to hear from more poets, singers, lyricists that want to come on and share their pieces.
Yes, please.
And hang out. Yeah.
So I'm going to give a little preview for, since we're doing a chakra series, our next chakra that we're going to be discussing is the sacral chakra. And this is one of my favorites. The sacral and the solar plexus, excuse me, are my two favorites. So yeah, we're going to be talking about the sacral chakra. So definitely tune in to that 2 weeks from now, Wednesday at 8:30.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, I know it is time for us to wrap up and get out of here. As always, I appreciate you, Divine Marie.
I appreciate you too. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad we are sticking it out.
You already know we're going to.
Yes.
All right,
All right, y'all. Have a good night. Peace and love.
See y'all in 2 weeks.
Circumstantial.
Divine Marie.